Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Coach Chris from Your Fitness Delivered at Iron Beaver Weightlifting, standing here in our beautiful facility in Corvallis, Oregon. On today's docket for the workout, we are going to do a 200-meter run or 60 seconds of high knees. After that, we're going to do a banded lateral step. If you don't have a mini band, don't worry about it. Squat down, work side to side till you've done 20 reps on each side, working back and forth. If you do have a mini band, you'll slap that around the bottom of your knees, right underneath the kneecaps. Squat down, working side to side, so you've done 20 each side on that also. After that, we're gonna do duck walks. This is a bit of a new one, but this is gonna further warm those hips up and get them ready for our lunges that we will do later. After the duck walks are over, we're gonna move into reverse lunges, 10 on each side with those, practicing the motor pattern that we'll use in our workout later on. Then we're gonna go ahead and move into some push-ups, just get a little bit of blood flow into the upper body. We'll do 10 push-ups. And then after that, we have world's greatest stretches, warming up the upper back area and also continuing to warm up those hips. After our warm-up is over, we're gonna move straight into our strength aspect for the day. So for today's strength aspect, we have reverse lunges. We're gonna do 4 sets of 10 on each leg with that. Then after we do our 4 sets of 10 with that, we're gonna move into our Dumbbell Z-Presses. This is where you will sit on the ground on your butt, legs out in front of you, pressing 1 dumbbell at a time overhead. If you have 2 dumbbells, you can use 2 at the same time, but most of you are only gonna need 1, so we'll do 1 dumbbell, 1 side at a time. Once our strength aspect is over, we're gonna move into our conditioning. So this is a very similar exercise that we did before, or conditioning exercise we did before is death by burpees. A few weeks ago, we did death by squats. The idea is the exact same. You have 60 seconds per round. In each round, you will complete, first round is 1 rep or 1 burpee, and then you add 1 rep to each round as you go up in rounds. So 2 is 2 burpees, 3 is 3 burpees, 4 is 4 burpees, 5 is 5 burpees, and so on and so forth, until you can no longer complete the number of reps that you were supposed to within a round. So if you get to round number 20, where you have 20 burpees and you cannot complete it within the 60-second window that you were given for that exercise, then you were done at that point, and you would take 19 as your score, which means you achieved 19 rounds of burpees. And last, but definitely not least, is our core, our abs, building up that strong midsection. We're gonna do Suitcase March, holding a dumbbell in 1 hand at a time, 3 sets at 45 seconds on each side. Go ahead, take about 30 to 45 seconds between sets. You can also extend this time. If you feel like the dumbbell that you have at home is too light, or you just really wanna give yourself a good core workout, extend that up to about 60 seconds on each side. That 15 seconds will definitely help get the core, work on that core stability, work on that core strength even more. The warm-up that we're gonna start with is our stationary 60-second high knees or 200-meter run. Pumping those arms, alternating legs and feet. Nice relaxed torso. Pick a spot in front of you, keep your eyes there. Pumping those arms, bringing the legs up until your thighs are parallel with the ground. 60 seconds of that, and then we'll move on to our banded lateral steps. So if you have your band, you'll put that around the bottom of your kneecap. So here's my kneecap, the band is slightly below it. You'll push out against the band. Toes should be pointed forward, slight squat down, working back and forth, and you've done 20 on each side. If you have a bigger area, you can do multiple steps to one direction and then the other direction. If you have a smaller area like we do right here, you're gonna squat down, move side to side until you've gotten 20 on each side. Remember that you're pushing out against the band, not reaching out with your foot. So it shouldn't look like that, where my knees are collapsed in and I'm just reaching with my feet. I wanna push out against the band, squat down, stepping out, pushing with my knee as I take those steps. To perform the duck walk, you'll put your hands on the back of your head, feet set up like a squat, squat down, and then while walking on your entire foot, maintain a squat. For the reverse lunges, you can go ahead and do this just with body weight, or if you need assistance, you can hold onto the back of a chair or some type of an upright post to help stabilize yourself. But you'll take 1 leg at a time. We'll do 10 on each leg. You'll step back, bring your back knee to the ground all the way, and then stand straight up. Recollect your feet. Do 10 on the right and then 10 on the left. If you need to use a chair to help yourself out here, you'll set the chair up and grab onto the back part of the chair. Take 1 leg at a time, step back, touch your knee, and then recollect your feet and stand back up. You can also use a bar stool or some other type of surface that you can brace against to help relieve some of the weight off your legs by putting some of the weight on that object. The world's greatest stretch is performed where you have one foot in front, the opposite hand is going to be down. Your back leg will be up. You're going to take this hand and you're going to come up and rotate as far as you can to one side while trying to keep this front foot flat on the ground and down. Rotating through your hips and your upper back. You'll do 10, going up all the way, and then back down on one side, and then alternate sides and do 10 on the other side. For our push-ups, we can modify these to make this more challenging or easier. The most basic push-up is on the floor, hands roughly shoulder width apart, right down here, with our elbows going down at 45 degrees to our body, not up off to the side where we're making a T, and not rubbing against the side, but right in between those two spots, about 45 degrees to the body. If you want to make this easier, you can elevate your hands in your upper body, so your head's up here and you're a bit of an incline on a bench or some other type of stable surface, countertop, anything like that. Put your hands across the edge of that, bringing the surface of that, or the corner of that, to your chest, not your throat, to perform your push-ups. You can also do them on your knees if you don't have a stable surface, or you can do conventional. The goal here is just 10. This is just a warm-up, so you're not trying to kill yourself, but you are only doing one set. So if 10 is kind of a number that you might struggle just a slight bit to get, but you can achieve it with a conventional push-up, then I would encourage you to do just a conventional push-up. For our normal push-ups, we'll go hands here, toes down, eyes forward, nice stable upper body, come down to the ground, touch the chest, and back up. On my knees, hands down in the same spot, feet are up, my torso is still stiff, bringing my chest down to the ground, and back up. And that's a modified push-up. For our reverse lunges, we can modify this to make this more difficult or easier. If you're looking for an easier solution, you'll grab a chair, hold the back of the chair, and step back one leg at a time. If you can do a traditional lunge with no weight, that's fine too. Hands right out in front of you, step back, touch the back knee, and back up. You'll do all your reps on one side, and then switch legs and do all the reps on the other side. The other options are to add weight to it. In that circumstance, you can hold a dumbbell here in the front rack position, go back and step with one leg at a time until you've done your reps. If you're looking for one step further of difficulty, go ahead and take the dumbbell overhead. So you'll have the dumbbell in the hand that you're gonna step back with. So if I'm stepping back with my right foot, the dumbbell's in my right hand, I step back, touch the ground, and stand up. If you're looking for a little bit easier than the front rack position, but not quite as easy as a body weight, hold the dumbbell off to the side. Same thing on the side, opposite side that your leg is on, that you will step back with. So stepping back with my right foot, dumbbell's gonna be on my left side, go back and up. For the Z-Press, you're gonna sit on your butt with your legs out in front of you, trying to have your legs completely straight. You don't wanna have any bend in them. A bend will give you a little more stability. So legs are straight, completely flat on the ground. The wider you are, so this is kind of an easier position because I'm a little bit wider. If I bring my feet in closer, I have more side to side instability, and so it's a little more challenging. So the wider your feet are, the easier it is. So if I'm nice and wide, I have a little more space that my body's taking up, and I have more stability. So you can modify this to make this exercise the appropriate amount of challenge for yourself. You'll take your dumbbell one side at a time, use your other hand to balance yourself out, press up, all the way overhead, pause for a second, and back down. As I said before, you can bring your feet in and make it more challenging, widen them out, make it less challenging. You'll do all your reps on one side, and then switch hands and do all your reps on the other. Last, but certainly not least, is our death by burpees. For the death by burpees, you have 60 seconds per round. Each round you will add one rep. So for the first round, you will do one burpee. Second round, 2 burpees, 3, 3, 4, 4, so on and so forth. And you'll continue to do this until you cannot accomplish the amount of reps that is in a round within the 60 seconds. So if you get to round number 30 and cannot complete 30 burpees in the 60 seconds, then you will have failed the 30th round, but you will be given credit for the 29th round. For the suitcase marches for our core, you're gonna go ahead and take a dumbbell in one hand at a time. Your other hand can do whatever you want with it, off to the side, across your body, but you'll hold that dumbbell in one hand, standing nice and tall, eyes forward, good posture, marching in position. Dumbbell in my hand, eyes forward, put my hand off to the side, marching, picking those legs up. One leg is on the ground at a time with quick transition between steps. You'll do this continuously for 45 seconds to 60 seconds, and you'll switch sides and do 45 to 60 seconds on the other side.